Now, they are not the Huskar Masters, though.
No, they're not.
One might call them the Husk Apprentices.
In fact, they kind of got shamed the last time they tried to Huskar somebody.
They got mega shamed. So the fact that they're going back to it, honestly, impressive, right?
Or foolish.
One might have thought that they were too embarrassed after that Husk demolishing to return to the hero, but Quinn says, I do not give a damn. He'll try and rise his way back to the top.
Or maybe he's trying to redeem himself. Maybe it's stuck with him so much that he's like, guys, we have to pick the Huskar.
The battle begins.
There's no other way.
Is that a spray? What is this?
They put in some cosmetics recently. I don't know what they put in exactly, but...
Put in a giant gray square, apparently. That's very nice.
Yeah.
That fits with the next event. Graphics fall. Where half the cosmetics in the game will be deleted.
Oh.
I should delete that, actually. No, don't listen to me, guys. It's not right.
I like that one.
Let's see who wins this mid lane. This could determine a lot. I also think the ganks into this lane are going to determine a lot. For me, this game's about mid. Who gets more tempo, who's pushing who's getting the farm faster, because Gaimin have a lot they can do between the Alk and the Huskar if they have a good early game. Just demolishing camps into demolishing Roshan into demolishing towers, and you have a Faceless Void Pango lineup that needs time, need items, need this game to be played at a slower pace. I also go back to that game we saw Gaimin play earlier in this tournament where they had a similar lineup between some 3 really tanky frontline boys with regen. If you remember, they played VP, I think. And VP had a Black Hole Chrono lineup.
Yeah.
And there were some of those fights, like they landed Chrono and Black Hole on 3 cores. And everybody just stood in it and went, what's up?
Yeah.
Because there's too much regen, and you just don't have the damage because you're too far behind. It's a similar setup here if they get away with it. So for Gaimin, it's a race to the HP levels, the sustain. Roshan, especially important for this Huskar, so we can go in aggressively, delete heroes. And as much as OG can slow them down, it's going to benefit them a lot, which is why I say ganking in the mid, one way to slow the Huskar down. Ganking Alk in the jungle will slow him down. Delaying those Roshan will slow the game down. Taking enemy towers with Edict is one way to remove space from gaming and make those pushes a little slower overall. So all these things are what OG are looking for in the first 10 to 15 here that are really going to compound over the 15 to 30 minute period if they don't do them right.
Right. They've got one okay hero for ganking mid, which is the Shadow Demon into the last track splitter stun. I guess the Rubik, they don't have the best heroes to gank Huskar, I think.
Not really, no. I wouldn't put Rubik Shadow Demon in my top 10. Very good at other things. Team fighting scale, really nice here. Really strong versus the Batrider gameplay. Can be really good versus the Maiden and Alk in terms of stealing those stuns and throwing them back. You can get the Pulverize steal here as well. Disruption against the Pulverize. So I think a lot of the team fight, Rubik and Shadow Demon can shine. But they are a bit slower on the map, and now that gank potential isn't as threatening here. So it might just be an island mid where Huskar gets to shine. So far, the lane's looking pretty even for BZM. That's a good sign. See if Quinn can pick up that level 3 to 5 that this hero is known for. Big CS, doesn't get it. Another big CS, gets it. Medium CS, misses it. Smaller CS, he gets it. So
what's the difference between a big CS and a little CS?
I don't know. Everybody just always says big CS. That means there's got to be some small.
Who says big CS?
Well, I say it.
Oh, okay. So you don't know why you say that, which
right,
leads into you
no,
saying
I know
something.
why. I know. Big CS is, you got to hit that or you're demoralized. You need that. You need that one. See, this is a monster CS. Oh, see, that was a monster because he got that perfect. It was a flag bear, so now he's feeling himself right now. Like, he thinks this lane's over right now after that creep. Monster. That's a monster.
Are you sure you're not a mid laner?
In another life.
You should have been.
I mean, I told you, I beat Sumail in a 1v1 mid. Back in the day.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah, Timbersaw versus Dragon Knight. It was a banger. Out CS'd him.
Wow.
Then he killed me.
What? Then you didn't really win it, did you?
No, that was after the time ran out, so it was technical victory. It was a TKO. Take that one to my grave.
Sure. Crystal Maiden Alchemist lane. That one can do some work.
I mean, it's a Gaimin classic, right? How many times have we seen them play this lane? It's got to be like the 20th time in this last year. I'm not even exaggerating. They love this duel lane. And they usually win it. Aggression onto Seb, time dilation, try and force him back.
Get some good damage on Tofu on the way out. Is he time walk for it? Does he believe in his bashes? He does not. The first blood is going to be top instead. It's Ari who dies. Alchemist Crystal Maiden is a lane to be feared.
That is a rough first blood to give up. The ratio is going to be big. He is leading the CS chart, and you gave him a first blood, and he's an alchemist.
The only thing they're missing is stacks. Which I don't think they have any right now.
Honestly, we haven't seen... This has not been a hyper stack meta for alchemists, I want to say. I think some of those older metas were like, you needed the stacks for this hero.
Yeah.
But I think since the Grievel's Greed doesn't scale as hard and...
It's also just more camps, right?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like he's suffering...
Good kill. Tofu's going to cut behind them and get the counter on BZM or not. So really, really big play for OG.
Yeah, especially if they can get this power rune.
Yeah, if they get it for BZM, hell, they're going to get another kill off of this one
it.
and the power rune.
He didn't get it.
Okay, Tofu grabs it away from him, but they get everything else.
Honestly, I feel like I'd rather take the rune there than guarantee the stun. There's a decent chance he gets the stun anyway, but that DD was a lot of extra resources here. I guess the Huskar's off the lane, so maybe it doesn't matter. BZM very happy, and that is a pivotal mid-rotation for OG. Make sure you skew that lane in the Lesh's favor, not the Huskar here.
Miss Swashbuckle. Kind of awkward.
Got him with the acid. Just beating his ass down.
Gonna have to swashbuckle away.
Dude, look at his net worth. That is scary.
Now, this is something that OG had to do, because Pango versus Huskar is
unplayable.
There's no way you could let that happen. So they have to do offlane Pango. Looks like he's still going to be going kind of the normal build. The Diffusal Blade queued up. But not only is he in a side lane, not getting solo experience, but he's also in a losing side lane. This is going to be a very poor Pango.
And honestly, this hero cares a lot about the levels too. Yeah, generally why he's gone back to mid. There were some patches where offlane Pango could work. It was based around utility. He didn't need the levels as much, but this Pango, I mean, he thrives off Diffusal Blade and max Swashbuckle as fast as you can get it. This is some old school combination right here. Shadow Demon Leshrac.
Yeah.
Taking me back to 2013 Virtus Pro. Won't find him to kill though. Seb got some triangle stacks as well. You have a little bit waiting for you. Wonder if the ratio the Gaming's having... Gaming are going to try and scout some of these stacks. Steal a couple. 8-minute power rune. Bottom.
Arcane rune for Leshrac.
Yeah, I mean, OG are doing the right things here. Securing the Leshrac's game, not letting this Huskar accelerate in a one-on-one. Getting a little bit of stacks up, and they're maintaining equilibrium, which is what you want. Double arcane boots for the supports online, another important factor here, right? We talked about these supports getting to the point where they can team fight. The arcanes and the level 6s are where you get that. So the faster all that comes online, the better for OG as well, and they're looking to get BZM involved. Quick little rotation.
Disruption, split earth. They do enough damage. Okay, they have to use the Chronosphere to ensure it, otherwise he would have onslaughted away.
Happy to use it there, though. Again, you just want to slow this game down. Every big core death will do that. The Ratio is going to go untouched. That's the downside here, but you got to pick your poison. Oh, he's got that small camp stack with the Cobalt camp into Vool. Oh.
Into Vool.
What?
Every easy camp has at least 3 units. the Fool is not a good camp.
Well, the Fool's better than the Ghost that attack speed slows you.
I mean, I guess. Fly away a little Bat Rider. Stolen sticky napalm for Ari. Don't think that's what he wanted. Dyrachyo is out of mana. No, he's not. Had a full magic wand, apparently.
This is going to be a fast Radiance. He might have it pre-11, dare I say it? If he has a couple other stacks here, he doesn't. He can stack both these at 10 and be very close by that 11, though. That's scary if you're OG, man. Because you did a decent job on these lanes, honestly. Like, you shut down the Huskar. You got that gank on the Primal. You gave first blood to the Alk. This lane went the worst. But you can't feel too bad about getting 2 out of your 3 early objectives done. We'll see how much damage Dyrachyo can do with the start he's had here.
Oh, thought you were invincible with a haste rune until you run into Shadow Demon. Just purges it right off you. Splitter does land, so they get the kill.
That's a solid level 6 timing for these supports. They're looking to use them.
Quinn coming out of the jungle here with Ace rotating in. Easily kill the last track, though. They have to retreat now. The Fusel Blade's up on Whisper. He's burned all the mana out of Ace. They don't quite have the damage to back this up, though.
Throw it!
Stun himself on the Pango, which Quinn will try and take advantage of. Disruption, but the Onslaught's going to hit him right as he comes out, and that'll burn him through, and he goes through to hit the backline. Seb is going to die as well.
And Tomato doesn't have Chrono, does not want to counterplay this fight. Dyrachyo makes a daring move very close to Radiance, but it pays off here. He nets his team a couple of big kills, a lot of XP going their way, shutting that Pangolier down. And he's probably saying, guys, I am having the best game of my career. Please
11 minutes.
Do not feed.
And 20. 29 seconds.
That is damn fast, level 9.
How does that compare? 1 minute 57 faster than the average.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a huge margin here when you're talking about arguably one of the most efficient jungle farming heroes of all time. In a game where they don't really have good answers for the Alk, right? If he just gets fast blink BKB and runs in the fight, you chrono him, but then does he die in the chrono in this early game? Probably not.
No. They can, I think maybe their best thing they have against him is that they can kite around him with disruption.
Yeah, you can disrupt, get Radiance burn, and then purge him up. Like, Shadow Demon is very good versus hero. The mana burn off the Diffu is also very good if you get a couple swashbuckles. It's not like their lineup is terrible against Alk, but I think tempo-wise it's bad, because if you throw out a chrono this game and it's on cooldown, you're giving him the green light to do whatever he wants.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Whisper just gets to chop away at this tower. I think Gaimin Gladiators are perfectly content to concede some early towers if it means that Alk and Huskar hit their timing. But these are two heroes that hit a similar window.
Yep, they can be very overlappy.
Yep.
But if they're both firing on all cylinders, then they help each other do what they want to do.
Yeah, they're going to hit some like 20-minute window where they are untouchable, I think.
That's the scary part of this game for OG. They have to become as strong as possible for those moments. And we have seen them do some crazy Roche contests this tournament. That's not out of the question. This team has been very good at fighting around that pit, even from a behind position. And this is game 2 for OG.
That's true.
So they are post-Seb speech. Another pick off on the bat. Tofu has just been running into trouble this game.
Yeah. I mean, he is playing in a game where he doesn't really have cores that are going to back him up on his moves, so he's just kind of doing a lot of this solo. Freezing Fields chains the Frostbite into Unstable concoction very nicely.
A little too aggressive there. Extra gold into the Alex pocket. Not what you want to be doing right now.
Also kicks the Pango down the network chart once again, where he has been living as the poorest core in the game. They're going to try and go for this kill on the Primal Beast with Chronosphere and some spells from supports. Those spells are good enough, though. Stops the onslaught.
They got
but BZM dies.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, the blink from Dyrachyo
Dire's
just
bottom tower
sets
is
that
under
up
attack.
for Quinn, and he collects. And these cores are pulling ahead in levels against Whisper as well. That's the downside of the offlane Pango. You split that XP, you're a little below. You're 4 levels behind this Huskar, for example, right? And this is a hero that wants those extra stats. He wants the talents. Every time you don't get a successful gank or team fight for this Pangolier, that's where he needs to make up that XP differential. So those little feeds are rough for him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I need not beg for scraps.
Tofu gonna try and surprise him, and I think it's gonna work too. No, he can't quite get there. Good use of the inhibit to keep him out of range of hitting the lasso. And Tofu will get to, okay, not the other side of the cliff, because he thinks that maybe they can still make a go here because Dyrachyo is in the neighborhood.
Did stun himself though. Happens to the best of us.
Watch out for that Rubik trample.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
Pango dead again. He can swashbuckle. No, flame break.
And Dyrachyo is having a very, very clean game here. There's not much to stop him, but he's making it work. This will protect that Dire Roshan as well.
Yeah, no Pango means no team fight to contest Roshan.
I mean, look at Celery checking. He's like, I know Seb's back here somewhere. He ain't gonna fool me.
Goddamn paranoid.
Oh, little bash.
For good reason.
All right, this is pretty fast, and the pressure's ramping here. And now this is Gaimin's time to try and take this game over.
Yeah.
Use this Aegis, use the Alex strength to take over the map, start taking down some of these towers. Corral OG, and if you're OG, I mean, you want to get these lanes out as deep and as fast as possible wherever you can. And you got to make those chronos count.
Yeah, you throw one bad chrono, I think the game implodes. Whisper, man. Oh my god, this guy just cannot catch a break here. Gaimin Gladiators are relentless on him. Okay, Tomato. He comes to the fight. He's got a Mjolnir. BKB is out on the Primal Beast.
Disarmed.
3 heroes inside of the Chronosphere, but couldn't hit a single one of them. They are going to be able to bring down the Aegis, though. Oh, what a hit from Dyrachyo. 2-man stun, but the Ice Strike is doing way too much. Ace brings through with the onslaught. All of those heroes, a complete miscue there from Quinn, but they get the lasso onto BZM. They need to take out this Leshrac. He's doing far too much in this team fight. And Quinn, well, BZM has just run out of mana, so Quinn is now too strong for OG to handle. He gets the burnout barely on this Leshrac. And for fear of the Shadow Demon, got a lot of poison stacks, got a disruption out. Another disarm, another Heaven's Halberd. He got a disarm back onto him. Whisper comes through, down the bridge he goes. Perfect driving from Whisper. They get a team wipe.
Sick fight from OG, but it begs the question of what the hell happened to Dyrachyo? Like, did he have half HP going into this fight? Because he instantly got melted by pretty much nothing. We're going to see on the later stages, this Chrono, he has the Lotus to give him some extra mana. Really nice Chrono, but that disarm, beautiful from Quinn, stalls it all up. And you're pretty low on mana on the Lesh at this point. He's gaining some of it back. Dyrachyo, I mean, he was full HP.
He's just taking full Edict.
Full Edict and tower shots.
Yeah.
Looked like a nice stun, but it backfires. He was also 600 off BKB.
Makes a big, huge difference.
Yeah, that's a fight that Gaimin might regret here, is if you have BKB on Alec, you just wipe them there. Instead, you're going to lose this Aegis timing on the Huskar. Gaimin wondering how that went so bad. They're still in an okay position, but you cannot throw too many of those fights away, and that is exactly what OG want in this game. Stall, defend objectives, eliminate the Roshan advantage. I mean, they got everything they wanted there. That tier 1 top is still up. This tier 1 mid is still up.
Radiant's
Tier 1 bottom is still up.
under attack.
Well, not for long. But yes, Gaimin Gladiators not able to use the Aegis effectively. I would say their bigger timing is still second Aegis, but the fact that they really didn't get anything done with the first one is very concerning for Gaimin Gladiators.
Top tower is under attack.
Off goes the Minotaur man to try and catch Seb, but Seb, second time he's put that Blink Dagger to good use.
That was fast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
You get Radiance burned, you're not getting that off. And if you're gaming, you do not want to let your foot off the pedal here.
No.
Just because you don't have Aegis doesn't mean you can't push, start taking down some buildings, gain map control.
Can't lose faith.
Surprised at how rich these two supports are for OG. They got a lot off these early ganks and fights. And they are looking to scale. It's a second item Ags for Seb. Yule's done for Ahri.
Are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
I have your Mjolnir and Bloodstone between the Void and the Lash, so honestly, this team fight doesn't look that hard for OG if they can connect everything. They have the damage to pump into these heroes now. They have double Yule Scepter for some extra kiting, stun dodging. It's a nice Invis rune. They have detection.
Tofu runs into the Invis BZM. Can't see him.
He's got a whip.
BZM will finally pop out with that Invis now that he's got some backup in Tomato. Celery does get off Freezing Field, a little bit of damage. Not that much, though.
Tower is under attack.
Cast it Nova too. Make sure it doesn't go to the Rubik.
Are fortified.
Oh, that was smart. I was wondering what happened there.
You like whips, Austin?
Precious bounty.
Dyrachyo just saw his... Oh! Outplayed.
Insta tip. Dude, Dyrachyo was so fast on that tip.
Dude, I was questioning him too. I was like, you just saw your support get ganked like that. You have to know there's a strong chance they're going to invade your jungle, but he knew. He's like, I know they're coming. I'll play their asses.
That was the fastest tip I think I've ever seen him give.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he was waiting for days. Just give me something. Something I can tip these guys back on. Because he is certainly probably one of the highest recipients of tips in the Dota.
Oh, yeah. Penny.
Hey, look, he's got a little faceless void dinosaur fleshy in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we see Dyrachyo again?
Bring up Dyrachyo.
Hey, production, can we go ahead and bring up... Oh.
See, look, there it is. Look at
Yeah, a
the
little
flesh.
T-Rex faceless void there in the background.
Very nice.
Stomach problem.
That is
Somebody-
very unfortunate.
Somebody getting nervous? Who was that? Had to pause a TI because
Fada, right?
they had to puke, right? Yeah.
I think it was Fada.
I know Fada has had some anxiety issues in the past. I don't remember if that was him exactly. Probably right. Gaimin Gladiators up 2,000 net worth. Certainly not where they want to be. Next Roshan's going to be in
Hey,
3
look,
minutes. Guess why I almost never have stomach issues in the chat. What?
Because he drinks a lot of tea. That's what he's going to say. He's in time.
Is he?
Yeah. He's in time with
Vegan
the
Imba.
Oh, well.
All right, celery.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely imbalanced. He's right on that.
That is a good one.
You like that one, huh? Going ready. So we're ready again.
I thought he was. I thought it was going to be initially. It was going to be like, yeah, that's why I don't eat before matches. You know, just in case. What was your pre-game prep before a match?
I fasted for 3 days.
Okay, but you're playing a week-long tournament.
Oh, for Dota.
What?
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know what the implication is there. Not sure I understand.
Think-
Double damage for
I
Quinn.
think it speaks for itself, Austin.
I don't think it does.
I'll let you figure out that one later.
Okay.
Aggressive move.
Tofu had a rough early game, but he finally has his Blink Dagger, and he's ready to make some pickoffs happen for Gaimin Gladiators.
Now, the thing about pauses is they do disrupt the feel and momentum of a game.
Yeah.
I do think that pause, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to do it, but it might end up being a little unfortunate for OG, as I feel like they were gaining a lot of momentum, right?
They were in a flow.
Yeah, so I often think the pause is worse for the team that have momentum, but of course there's nothing you can do about it. And the BKBs are finished for Gaimin. So the team fight's a little more reliable for them. They can man up a lot better. You're looking for that lockdown. The Ags on the Huskar is going to be the big one. And I'm assuming like AC for Dyrachyo here probably is what it's going to be, fairly standard. Just buff
Yeah,
up the
for
push
sure.
power and the objective taking, the team fight. And then you have real threat against this Faceless Void. So OG, by no means are they out of the woods yet.
No, it's only going to get harder with I think the AC and the Aghanim Scepter are like the biggest window that Gaimin Gladiators hit, where the Alk is super tanky and is a damage threat. The Huskar has lockdown, so anybody he ults is probably dead.
As triple BKB is, it's going to be nasty if you can get an Aegis
Radiant's
behind
middle
it.
tower is under
It's
attack.
going to be another nighttime Roshan, pretty much. It's like a 20-second difference. But OG are never going to force it in this game until the ultra late. So your game, and you can just let it go to Dire, play off your outpost, or whichever side you have more vision on. There is a lot of Radiant vision up on that upper side of the map. And that AC is done. So despite Dyrachyo having that one botched team fight, he is still Omega farmed in this game.
18,000 net worth compared to the 12 of Faceless Void and Leshrac.
That's where you want to be. But that is an Ags for the Shadow Demon.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower
double
is
purge up for set.
How did he get so farmed, by the way? Grab Lasso. Whisper tries to go for a pickoff here, and it turns into his own death as the Rainbow TPs come out from Gaimin Gladiators. How did Zip get so much farm?
I mean, he has 90 CS. He's been
Wow.
pushing out some waves, farming some. I mean, this hero can farm really fast. One of the benefits of Shadow Demon. He is a creep clearer. And OG are looking for something, but I feel like the move from Gaimin was we want to clear out this top, clear out the vision, set up for this Dire Roshan that we know is going to be up
Dire's
here
middle tower is under attack.
when it moves across in
Dire's
30
middle
seconds.
tower has
OG
Running get a stab. Perfect target if they can get him, but they're too late on the blink from Ace, and now he's been purged.
Early BKB from Dyrachyo.
Yeah,
He's just dying.
Early Bloodstone as well from BCM. They reset, let the Chemical Rage, heal him back up. The Bloodstone's on cooldown as well.
That Solo Edict has really hurt the Alk. And if you're gaming, you want this next Roche. You do not want to present a teamfight scenario where you don't have ults or BKBs and OG can contest you, but that is what we have right now for the next minute. OG might try and force this, knowing there's no Alk BKB.
Bloodstone's back up. BCM. Quinn's going to try and target him. Immediate grab onto the Pango, but the Chronosphere catches the two of them. The Unstable
get the
Concoction hitting the
Huskar.
back line. They win for set, but Disruption on himself. The Huskar dies. Dyrachyo couldn't get enough done during that Chronosphere, and the other two cores were locked down, so this fight is cleanly won by OG.
And stolen, pulverized to lock him in the dirt. That is a bad team fight to lose with an Aegis-based lineup right now. Now, can OG steal this Roche? That's the big question here. You have 40 seconds. They're not going to it. I think if they instantly went to the pit, they could do it for sure.
Yeah, surely, right?
Dire are
They're
scanning.
checking it now, but this is slow. I don't know if this is going to be in time now. It's going to be
Dire's top
close.
tower is under attack.
And once more, Quinn just gets focused in the fight. There's no save for him in the chrono.
Gaimin Gladiators, they're going to be able to get to the pit in time here. Half HP, nobody's pushing in, so
still fast enough. Huge win for OG in this game.
Yeah, now that means that Tomato can have the Aegis, and he won't have to worry about Quinn's Aghanim timing.
Now, there is no chrono here, so you got to get out with everybody. But that's just a massive conceptual win for OG. If anything, I think they're favored after that Roche steal.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, how much do you think they're favored? Because I'm sure they are.
Yeah, at this point, I think you're pretty content with where your lineup is. The amount of farm you've been able to find on everybody, especially these supports. The fact they found this much farm in this type of game is commendable.
This game, literally, according to Dota Plus, swung from basically 50-50 to 75-25 off of that team fight in this little situation.
I think that was pretty unfavorable for the position Gaimin we're in. But at this point, I think it's probably fairly accurate.
Yeah. So OG, once again, looking very good in Game 2 after a Game 1 loss. I don't know what other kind of late game timings that you hit for Gaimin Gladiators. I mean, there's still the Ags on Huskar, which he almost has, but that feels like it's already been countered by an Aegis.
I mean, it's just going to be the lockdown. The Ags and the Abyssal on the Alk. Maybe you can get some scaling out of the Primal if Ace can continue to find farm. Push into that, like, Shiva's Ags territory of his own. But time dilation is... Time dilation is going to probably win you these late game fights if the BKBs all get traded. And again, there's no save for the Chronosphere here. Maybe you get Wind Waker or something? At the same time, you go in as Gaimin, you want to single target jump somebody with a lasso, with an Alk stun, with a pulverize. There's lift, there's double purge, there's disruption. There's a lot of save.
Yeah. Which is why Seb rushed that Blink Dagger in the first place, right? Yep. His response to these initiations is paramount for OG.
These fights just look really difficult for Gaimin now. Aegis is a way to deal with the Chronosphere and to just be able to run in, but when you are not the ones with that item, everything is deadly here from OG. Tomato is closing in on level 20. Big talent for the hero. At that point, you're just gone if you get Chrono on the Huskar. I don't think you're surviving that.
Top tower is under attack.
I don't think so either, so Gaimin Gladiators have to get the initiation first, but in this situation, Ari led the initiation with the telekinesis into Pulverize that ensures that his team will be able to connect. The BKB TP out. Quinn is going to get low, but he will survive. Close call.
We'll get a big D ward off it. A little time dilation, trying to get a BKB out of him. Won't get it.
But he will get some more farm. Nice idea going back for SNY. Feels like as long as you don't get jumped and 100-0'd on Faceless Void, the team fight is nigh impossible for Gaimin Gladiators as Ari Yules to dodge the life break. And was it just me, or did he drop an item somewhere in there?
Oh, just you.
Okay.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, that's a nice disruption. He cannot TP here.
He's going to purge him. And he will get Chronosphered. So, a pickoff on Huskar, a pickoff on the Alchemist. OG are cruising, man. You're just... I guess that one was for the Chronosphere earlier.
Little tip payback. Garacho did not like that one.
I feel like you're so close to just GGing out on Gaimin Gladiators. You entirely missed your window.
It's rough. Again, there's just no real clear way to take these fights. No one wants to tank the Chrono. OG have saves for all of your jumps. They have more than enough kiting for effectively 3 melee cores. And we just haven't seen the supports be effective in these team fights. The Bat Maiden have just been borderline useless.
Yeah. Yeah, they have been. All that confidence to like sit back and hit their timing, and when they did, they missed twice in a row, and that's the end of the game.
Okay, there.
Last no pullback.
Oh,
Nice pick off on Whisper. That's pretty much the one hero that they have been bullying the entire game.
they're gonna try and force the fight. Alk's still dead for 5 seconds here.
Doesn't matter to Quinn, apparently. He's going to charge after the Leshrac, the Bloodstone. Now the Yules. Trying to deal with some of those burning spears. Chasing after Ahri here. He gets away.
That's
Glimmer
still
Cape
slippery.
blink out.
All right, Alk is back.
Another light break on BZM. Eats the cheese. The Alchemist is going to come through and clean up this Leshrac. Disruption goes off. He also got off the BKB, but he's going to come back into just physical damage from Quinn and Doraccio.
How much more can they get? They want every little bit they can get here.
I mean, Tomato, public enemy #1, but Doraccio can't get the unstable concoction on him.
So close. It's a solid base defense from Gaimin, though. We see the power of this Alk when he can stick on a target, get those bashes into the Lesh. I mean, he deals with him. That was all predicated on the Chrono not being up for OG. That team fight is a lot weaker when that threat doesn't exist, because then you can run through these saves and just stay in the fight. You're not worried about dying.
Roll in, roll. Oh, Ogre Seal Totem, but he's too far away from the cliff. He wanted to get the bounce back up, but
Oh,
Heaven's Halberd. Not gonna stop this constant onslaught. OG,
Doraccio.
hero after hero.
he's going in.
Tomato, he's gonna jump in after this. Can Doraccio surprise them? No, he's gonna go cut the waves.
He was looking for Seb, and Seb just outblinked him.
Yeah.
So nothing on the backside of that fight for the Alchemist, as Gaimin get caught on the map and run down, and that Chronosphere is back up. The Lesh is back up. They're heading straight down mid.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
See how many lanes they get off of this, because Gaimin Gladiators almost feels like you kind of might as well buy back now, because you're gonna have to use it, I think. Or maybe they're just gonna hope that OG leave it at 2 lanes.
Dire's top tower is under
They still have Chronosphere, that's the thing. Gaimin Gladiators is gonna come back, and I think OG are more than willing to take a 5-on-5.
Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Still have a Glyph. So they're going to save all the buybacks here.
Are fortified.
That's something. But can you fight this Chronosphere? That's the big
Don't.
question.
I don't think so. Wait, maybe they could fight it with the buyback lives. That's the one thing that I think you could do. Tomato with his BKB. A little bit of premature there. Quinn tries
the
to get
ball.
out there with a light break. Does manage to grab Whisper. He rolls away some decent distance away. Quinn now gets the light break onto the Leshrac, trying to push him back. BKB, Ogre Seal, Totem
Try
away.
and burst
While
him.
Doraccio goes for the jump in. He got pulverized. Ahri counters him, as does Seb with the disruption, and Tomato will clean it up now.
That's just it, right? That was your Hail Mary. Try and burst the Faceless Void, but again, the saves. Both these supports can interrupt those plays. It just makes them impossible. This lineup ran out of steam the second that Roshan got taken away. Voice lines for Seb.
Is under attack.
Man,
Other-
Ahri has gotten really good use. He has been a much better primal beast
Oh, yeah.
than Ace has managed to.
I mean, there's nothing that threatens him in these fights. He's just waiting. Doraccio, one more fight, and he stuns himself.
One more attempt to go for the supports, and the supports will counter him.
That's it. I mean, that's a rough game for Gaimin, because I think they understand their time in this game. I think they understand what OG presented them with, which was better scaling, a better late game window,